Hello teachers, counselors, and students, and thank you for your interest in the MASH program. Today I just want to go over how to fill out the application and kind of walk you through it step by step. This is going to be generalized, so it should serve for various programs, but do keep in mind some things will vary depending on where you're at and depending on the year as well. So here at the top you'll just see some general information about the camp as well as the director's information, so you can contact them with any questions. Most of them will probably have this Google Drive link here as well. So when you click that link, it will take you to a drive with all of your required forms. And we'll go over that a little later and what you'll need to do with those. Anything that has this red star is required, so you can't move on to the next page without it. I've done kind of an example here, just using a Wizard of Oz theme. So you'll kind of see that as we go along. So you'll enter your email address first. You will want to pay special attention to this section. It's got your application deadline. After that deadline, you won't be able to submit any changes or submit new applications. That does include the teacher recommendations and counselor forms. So keep that in mind, keep a close eye on that. It's also got the camp requirements. Okay, then you're just going to click down here saying that you understand and you have watched this video. So first thing we'll have is the student information section, so you'll just kind of fill it out as you go along. This one won't be at all camps, this particular question. It's kind of specific to ones that have multiple camps in the same area. If you are in one of those, you'll select the camp of your choice, and then if there's some sort of scheduling conflict, you'll just list that in the other section. Just kind of some general questions here, your legal name, gender, date of birth. It would be helpful if you can put your home address into this format. It's easier when doing data entry. And then you'll just enter your same email again, parent and guardian information, emergency contact, that sort of thing. And then we're going to get down to this section where it kind of asks you about your other applications. So you can apply to as many MASH or CHAMPS camps as you would like, but you can only attend one. So we do ask that you let us know about any other camps that you're applying to, just so we can kind of coordinate with them. Then we'll ask you kind of what health career you find most interesting. We do ask for any medical conditions or allergies, things that we need to be aware of, just for safety purposes. It will not impact your selection process at all. We also ask for any food allergies or dietary restrictions. We do feed you 2 meals a day, typically, so we always want to know if you have anything or if you have any updates that we need to be made aware of. Right. The scrub sizes generally do run about 1 to 2 sizes larger than normal clothing, so if you see that, you're going to want to go down at least 1 size. If you're already kind of on the small side, I'd go down 2. Okay, and then give us your counselor's information. So the next part is the short answer section. This one you'll probably want to think about a little bit before you actually begin your application. So there's 2 sections telling us about your significant school activities, achievements and awards for the past 2 years, and then your significant non-school achievements. Any jobs, duties you have at home or school that demonstrate your level of commitment to a task. So you'll just kind of fill that in. About a paragraph is generally the right size. These are just things I took off of Wikipedia to fill the space, but it's roughly the right size for that section. There is a 150 character limit, character minimum, but that's a very small amount, so I do recommend you go above that. Next we have the student essay section. So the topic for this one is write in your own words why you're interested in attending MASH and why you want to learn about health careers. That's going to be pretty standard across most camps, but you will want to just check and see if there's a different one at your particular camp. You can get that information on the paper version or from your counselor. They should be able to tell you. Okay, so this is really, really important to the application process. So I do recommend that you look at this very carefully, take your time, do several drafts, have someone else look at it if you can, and give us a lot of detail. It doesn't have to be quite this length, but it does need to be a full essay. So keep that in mind as you're preparing to start your application. The next page is just some agreements and acknowledgments, basically saying that you're going to abide by all the program rules, that you're going to attend the full length of the program, that sort of thing. So you'll just kind of go along and hit agree on each of these after you read them. Okay. And this is where it gets tricky. So what you're going to do as a student is go down, and we have this, it says student, please upload the signed policy pages. So these policy pages are in this required forms drive. Okay, and this one also has the link here to that folder. So you'll go into that drive and you will open up the policy pages. Now we have two versions. You can print off the Word version and just fill it in the old-fashioned way and then scan it and send it in. Or you can do the PDF version. The PDF does allow you to do it online, so I want to kind of walk you through that. So first thing you're going to do is download it. And then when you click on it, it still doesn't actually bring up something you can edit. But if you go into your folder and actually go to your downloads, so you can see here in the downloads, it opens up policy pages and you have a new format here. So if you go up here, it'll say add signature, but you can just do typing. And you can scroll down, and some of them will have an automatic box that just kind of comes up, it recognizes it, but if it doesn't, all you have to do is double click, and then you can type your name and information, and we do accept that just like we would a regular signature. Do make sure though that your parents fill out the part that your parents need to be signing. Okay, honor system on there. And there are 3 pages on this, so make sure that you fill all of them out before attaching them. Okay, I'm not going to save it, but you should. Okay, and then we'll go back into the application here. So once you have added that file, so I'll add it from my drive here. And this should be the one that you have edited and completed. Once you add that file, what you're going to do as a student, again, is hit submit. Okay. And after that, this page will come up. It'll say your response has been recorded. And you can select edit your response. You should also get an email that has all of the answers that you've submitted and a handy link here that says edit your response, so you can click on that and get back to the same page in case you lose it. So you'll hit that edit your response, and if you look down here it says you're editing your response. Sharing this URL allows others to also edit your response. So what you're going to do, you're going to go up and copy that URL. Then you're going to go in and send an email to your counselor here. Okay, so you'll put that URL there, and I've just kind of given you an example email. You do want to write a nice little letter to them. So please find my MASH application at the link below. If you wouldn't mind submitting the counselor endorsement form, the 2 teacher recommendation forms, and my transcript, I would greatly appreciate it. I've sent letters to Mr. Scarecrow and Miss Glinda and asked them to send you the finished copies. So I would recommend just going ahead and attaching as well both of these forms of the student counselor academic endorsement form so that they can choose what their preference is. And then you would send that off. All right. So what you should have done ahead of time, and I guess I could have started with this, but what you'll do before you send that email out, and possibly before you start the application process, is send the required forms, these teacher recommendations, to 2 of your teachers. Okay, so again, just kind of, I've attached a letter of recommendation for the MASH camp that I talked to you about. If you wouldn't mind filling it out and sending it to the counselor, Mr. Wizard, I would greatly appreciate it. Do specify in case you have multiple counselors who you're sending it to, and then let them know that there are 2 formats that they can fill out however they like, and tell them the application deadline as well. So you'll attach these files, and there's, again, teacher recommendation form 1. So you would do that, and then teacher recommendation form 2. So go in and attach that to the other one. You should have talked to them beforehand. Don't just send them a random email saying, hey, I need a letter of recommendation. Talk to them, let them know that you're sending it, and do send it to them as early as you can. You don't want to be giving this to them the day before it's due. So once you've sent that off, start your application process, and then go in, and you've sent your URL to your counselor. Now you're pretty much done as a student, but you do need to be going back and checking to make sure that things are coming in. Okay, it is your responsibility to make sure it all gets submitted properly. Now, counselors, what you're going to do, you'll click on that link and come in, and you should see this same application page. So you'll just scroll down and hit next, just kind of bypassing all of this. Until you get to this very last page. So once you're here, that's when you'll upload both of the teacher recommendation forms. So there should be 2 files added here, your counselor endorsement form, and then their transcript and any standardized testing. Okay. So once that's done and you've hit submit and you verified that you're human, if it calls for that, then it'll just come up with this finished page again. Like I said, students, do make sure that you're checking to see if that has been submitted on your behalf. If not, it's getting close to deadline, just check in with them again. Things do get busy for your counselors and your teachers, so it wouldn't hurt to remind them politely and just kind of keep on top of that, because you're the one who'll miss out if you can't. These cannot be submitted after the deadline. All right, if you have any questions, you can reach out to your program director. Like I said, their information should be on your application packet, as well as any emails that you received previously. I hope this has been a helpful demo for you, and I wish you all the best of luck.